Good morning. It is 10:30 in the morning. So I've been up for about an hour and a half, but this is like my first time speaking this morning, so I thought that I would record my phone interview so that I could look back on it and listen to it. And so I wanted to do a little introduction and warm up my voice a little bit because it's very sleepy right now. So I applied for the DCP. Today is February 11th on Monday. I applied for the DCP on Saturday in the afternoon on a complete, I want to do this whim, and I set up my interview for this Monday. So it's been a pretty quick process. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of preparation. I really like to prepare for things, so I've been overly preparing probably, but that's okay. Yeah. So this is my workspace for my interview. I have little notes with positive ways to start the interview, some positive affirmations relate to the recruiter as a person, a smile of course, and my little mini sticky notes. I have some Disneyland Tumblr pictures up because I'm hoping to work at Disneyland, and then I have some affirmations, and then I have my top roles, some just responses, and a spot for the recruiter name. I saw that very popular on YouTube, and I realized that's very important. These are some of the questions that I had to really think about, so that I wrote my answers down in bullet point form, just so I'm not fumbling over my words. But again, I don't want to be reading off any cards. I have some flowers here to keep me positive. This is a birthday card someone gave me, but it has Rapunzel on it, so I have that close. I also have some Disney stickers and some just responses that I wrote out in my journal in case I get absolutely stuck, but I think I will be fine. Keep laughing and smiling, very important. I have next to me some of my Disney pressed pennies and quarters. They're one of my favorite things to collect at the parks, and they're super cheap and fun, and I have them in my wallet and all around in my room, so I just brought them close to me for a little Disney magic. I've got a candle going, so it's just a place of serenity. So the recruiter is going to be calling me in 15 minutes or in 30 minutes, but they'll be able to call me in 15 minutes basically. So I'm just trying to warm up my face muscles and get ready to go. My boyfriend gave me really good advice. He said, 15 minutes before, I just want you to stop preparing and just focus on you and being you and presenting yourself, because at the end of the day, that's who they want to see, is you. They don't want to hear, it's not what they want to hear, you know what I mean? We could all answer the questions in all the same ways and look up the answers and have the exact right thing to say, but if we're not presenting a unique version of ourselves and who we really are, they're not going to know who we are, and they're not going to know who to hire, so yeah. I wore yellow today because it's a bright, cheery, happy color. I dressed up a little bit for the interview, even though it's on the phone, because it just made me feel really good. I have my Rapunzel latte mug. It says, "Believe in your dreams," which I do. And I have my Disney music in the background. And so I am going to, for the interview, switch over to my computer camera so that I can obviously talk to them on the phone here. Before I forget, I added a sticky of things I really want to mention, because my pet peeve is when I leave an interview and I'm there's things that I wanted to say. So I made a little note of things that I really, really want to try to incorporate into my answers in this interview. Oh my gosh, this is him. Good morning, this is Kayla. Hi Tanner, I'm great. How are you doing? This is a great time. Sounds great to me. Okay, thanks so much. I am. That's correct, Tanner. Yes, I'm graduating in May. It's gone by so fast. I am really excited. You know, college was amazing, but you know, I'm ready for the next step.
Thank you so much. Yeah, really, really excited.
That is correct. No, I am not. I've reviewed those guidelines. Yes, I have. Yes, they're incredibly reasonable, and I just wanted to let you know I just have the single ear piercing, so I don't think it should be a problem. No. I do have a valid U.S. driver's license. Yes, but I would be open to if that would be like I would also be open to your other form of housing, but I'm already planning on moving to California otherwise, so it would just be perfect. It would just be serendipitous, honestly. Mhm. Hmm. Oh, then let's leave it like that. Yeah, I love that. Right? A dream come true. Hmm. Yeah, those work for me. Hmm. Absolutely. Well, I think as I've gone through college, Disney, of course, has always been something that's very, very important to me. But, you know, as I go through college, they encourage us to find internships. And so I've had one or two different internships with different companies. And the thing that I've enjoyed them profoundly, but the thing that I wasn't quite at home with was the integrity of the company. I always felt like the personality didn't quite match with me. I'm a really high energy individual, super positive. Like that's just who I've always been, and I've always wanted to work for a company that matches those same values. And my brain just kept coming back to Disney. You know, like not only are you guys an incredibly, incredibly huge, profound, well-known company, you know, and it would look really, really great on a resume, but the values promoted by every single person that works there, whether it be from a custodian or to someone who actually works in an office, is one of positivity, one of, you know, teamwork and working together. And that's something that I absolutely would want to be a part of. You know, I love that it has a moral integrity to it and that it promotes happiness and positivity.
That's a great question, Tanner. Well, as I mentioned before, I already feel like I developed the skill of positivity, which helped me a lot in these internships. But some of the things that I learned along the way, to be a team player is so important to accomplish any task. You know, you have to be able to communicate with different kinds of people. You know, in the college program or in any setting, especially like in my internships that I've had. I was around people that I'd never met before, and everyone communicates a lot differently. People work differently. So to be able to read others' personalities, be able to understand where they're coming from, and then be able to move forward as a team is a huge skill that I've developed through my internships and jobs. As well as just the power of like being a driven individual. Like I'm very punctual. That's very important to me to be on time everywhere. And having like at some point I had 2 different jobs at once during my college experience, like on top of having college classes. And so it was just maintaining that drive to make sure that I'm always on time, I'm always on top of everything I have to do, and just staying organized. And definitely my jobs and internships really helped me hone those organizational skills. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, I believe the ones that were my top roles for Disneyland College Program were park greeter and attractions. And so for park greeter, I just honestly I love meeting new people, which is really funny because I feel like that some people's just meeting new people is not number one on their list, but I just love connecting with people. I love any connection I can have just within like seconds. I was an orientation leader at my university for a few summers, and I love just making instant connections with people, finding ways to connect in seconds, because sometimes that's all you have to make a great first impression, And so I think that those skills that I've honed as a positive, outgoing team player would really help me, one, be a better castmate to people around me, people who are on my team, but 2, really impact people in a positive way that are coming into the park. And same for attractions as well, because why I put attractions is I really enjoy the rides, the role of people who work and they get to do like the long like entertaining spiels. I'm a very talkative person, and I would really love to do something like Jungle Cruise or something where you just get to talk and interact with guests. Again, because I'm a very outgoing human, and I really think that would run over to that position as well. Absolutely, yes. So one of my positions that I held at St. Edward's University was as a coordinator of student events. So we coordinated this big graduation celebration that was for students. So it's different than the big official collegiate ceremony, It was just for students. It was to help them enjoy their last time together, right? And so parents aren't allowed to come to it because parents will kind of it's just university tradition. And so a lot of parents had a really hard time accepting that they weren't allowed to come, and they would try to come. And so my job was to get to let the parents, the very excited parents, emotional parents, that they weren't allowed to participate in this event. And we had this one mother one year who was obviously very upset about the fact, and she was not happy, and she was being rude to some of my other teammates. And so since I was the leader of the team, I was asked to approach her, and I just let her know that, I wanted to make her happy. I really did. I didn't want to ruin this experience for her, but it is about the students. When it comes down to it, the students are our main priority. at the university. And so we had to let her know that, we had like a collegiate mass that she could attend the next day and a brunch she could attend the next day. So basically I just tried to divert her attention so that she would still be pleased with us, but also follow university tradition. There are guidelines and rules that are in place that help maintain the integrity of the university. And so, and honestly, when I let her know about all the other opportunities that she had to celebrate her child's graduation, besides just the commencement ceremony, she had no idea. So I was like, yeah, tomorrow there's a brunch that you could go to with your daughter and it'll be so much fun, and here I can help you find tickets for it. Like, let me show you the website. And so I diverted her attention and just let her know, and she left much more happy than she had been moments before, which was a relief for me. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, okay. Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, great question. So since I was planning so many events that took place around campus, St. Edward's, we're a smaller university. We're not a huge school, but of course there are still like safety precautions that you have to look into, as well as when I was an orientation leader, like safety was so important. I mean, these parents are dropping off their children basically for 48 hours. They have never met you before. That's a lot of trust right there. So for orientation, which I helped also plan and execute as well as lead, we had a lot of precautions in place where I was in charge of like 8 or 9 freshmen at a time, and they were my group. And so one way of employing safety was I made sure to get to know all the students by name as soon as I could. So I got really good at learning names really fast, because we would do like roll call checks at like checkpoints at every location that we went to, because we were going all around campus. And just making sure that the students that were keeping track of them, we created a buddy system, which they did not love because they were college freshmen. But I mean, universities are big and you can get lost really fast. So we wanted to make sure that all the students were having a great time, but also maintaining safety, And we actually had an incident where we were doing like a scavenger hunt around campus, and there was a big thunderstorm, and it was just it just wasn't safe to be outside under the trees and things like that. So we moved the scavenger hunt indoors, and basically just making sure that everyone felt safe and comfortable, all while having a really great time. I actually haven't had any food handling experience per se, but again, like I said, I've had some cash experience, and again, I'm really great with people, I would say, and so that's one of the reasons why I listed that as one of my interests, is because I know that would be a high people interactive role, and so I am a very quick learner about anything to do with food. So, but I have not had explicit experience with food before, no. Anywhere? Well, okay. Let me tell you. I love Disneyland Resort, like the classic original park. I am a Fantasyland kind of girl. That's just my favorite. But I also, so like anywhere in Fantasyland, I would love to be stationed, or like I said before, like a skipper on the Jungle Cruise would be so much fun, because I love the rides where I feel like the cast member makes or breaks the ride. You know what I mean? Where they're interacting with guests, where they're having a really great time, something like that, where they're really making, like, part of the magic of the ride is the cast member. Something like that would really, really interest me. Yes, I do have a question for you. So I was doing some research beforehand, love to be prepared, and I read somewhere that there's DCP volunteer work, and I'd love to be a part of that. Is that a thing in California, or is that just in Florida? Absolutely, I love that. Ah, cool. I don't really have any other questions for you. You were very thorough and answered all my questions. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tanner. You too. Thank you so much, Tanner. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. You too. All right, bye. Okay, back on my phone. I just finished my interview. I think it went really well. My boyfriend walked across the screen halfway through though, which is really funny. But my roommate was like, she can hear me, and she was like, it went really well, and so here's hoping. And good luck to everyone out there that has their interview. I hope this helps you in any way.